In the event a threatening storm prompts evacuations, shelters and evacuation centers will open in Miami-Dade and Broward counties. But how will that look in the age of social distancing? I spoke to the emergency managers in both counties to find out what plans are in place to protect those who need to evacuate.
The typical planning is no small feat. What we're having to do this season is to take all the considerations from the CDC and other agencies and add to that the things that we've learned during our current activation. And we're developing a plan that takes all those factors into account, and that'll allow us to make the safest possible environment for the citizens should there be need to evacuate their homes.
When people evacuate their homes, there's a good chance that they may not have anywhere else to go but a shelter. Talk about how these shelters are going to be able to accommodate for social distancing to ensure everyone's health and safety.
What we're going to be doing in the shelters is taking the information as regards to social distancing and limiting the amount of people that we will be putting into each shelter, perhaps opening up additional shelters as the numbers get to the level where we want to stop. We'll also be insisting that people who come bring their PPE, and we will, of course, have temperature checks and other screening measures as people enter, just to make sure we keep everyone as safe as possible.
Broward typically utilizes schools as shelters, and the same is true for Miami-Dade's evacuation centers. The county has plans to have additional locations ready to prevent overcrowding and maintain social distancing.
The number of shelters or evacuation centers that we have 81 of them, and that includes 4 of the medical evacuation centers for those with special needs, and we're in the process now of gearing up another school for special needs so that we can give them more space. Generally, we give this people in the medical evacuation center 60 square feet. To be able to do that and have the number of people that we have, we're going to have to add another school. So we're in the process of working that out with the school system right now. The school system will be doing the deep cleaning now of all the classrooms and all the equipment in the school. They normally do that into the summer before school opens, but they're doing that now because we need more space within these evacuation centers. So they're going to remove the furniture from half of the classrooms, deep clean everything there, and we'll have those rooms available to us if we have to isolate families or areas where we need to put people that are COVID positive away from the general population.
I know usually we tell people if they're going to one of these evacuation centers, bring your own supplies, you need to be self-sustaining here. What about personal protective equipment? Is that something that the emergency management department and the county are going to be able to provide to people at these evacuation centers, or should people be mindful to bring their own?
So you need a kit, but if you don't have that when you come to a shelter, you will be given masks for you and your family, hand sanitizer, gloves, and there'll be wipes, sanitary wipes for wiping areas down and wiping equipment down and things that you touch.
That's obviously something new for this hurricane season, or has it always been the fact that there's been that sort of equipment and supplies available to people when they arrive at the evacuation center?
Generally, we don't supply anything other than food. We feed you. We tell you to bring your own supplies, your own needs, your medicines, those things that you have that are peculiar to you that you need to have, you supply those. But in these situations, as difficult as it is to come up with this equipment, these supplies, even for the county, that we have difficulty in having a large stock of these supplies because they're constantly being used by our first responders and nurses and doctors in the hospitals. So it's a constant battle to replenish in large quantities. But we're doing that now. We're assembling the large quantity of supplies that we'll need if, in fact, it comes to that term that we have to house that many people.
Here's an option to see if you live in an evacuation zone in Miami-Dade or Broward. Go to the Hurricane News section at cbsmiami.com. Click on the Evacuation Zone interactive map, then enter your address and zip code.